We're hearing more about mass shootings on college campuses more and more often.
StampedeTV's Caleb Perhne looked into our preparedness for an incident here at Milligan College. He joins us now with more.
Daniel and Jackie, when I began working on this report, I talked to several students and professors to find out if they knew what to do in the event of a shooting here at Milligan. No one I spoke to knew the answer, and all of them said there had never been any discussion or training on the issue. I went to Brent Nipper, Milligan's Director of Property and Risk Management, to find out what college administration is doing to help keep us safe and how we should respond in an active shooting situation. He told me that communication is key in an emergency.
Having that emergency alert system is critical because that's where we would provide instructions in the event of an emergency.
Nipper tells me emergency alert communication would come through various methods, including a loudspeaker inside the steeple of Seeger that has been tested to be as audible as far as the campus of Emmanuel Christian Seminary. Information would also be distributed on social media and other media outlets, and most importantly, through Milligan's RAVE system. Nipper encourages all students to sign up for RAVE in order to receive information through email and text messages.
Every avenue that we have, we would try to get the word out.
But what should you do if caught in an active shooter situation before the alert is sent out? Here Nipper suggests the Department of Homeland Security's Run, Hide, Fight plan. First, if possible, get out of the situation. Nipper says to be aware of all exits in the building and the quickest evacuation route. If you cannot escape, hide. In a classroom like in Durthick, a professor will need to lock the door. Make sure you turn out the lights and hide in a place where you will not be visible. Nipper says that if you cannot lock the door, barricade it with heavy furniture. If you are confronted with a life-threatening situation, use force as a last resort. Once you are safe, call 911 and campus security. Remember, if you use a landline phone on campus, you must first dial 9 to access an outside line. Nipper tells me that Milligan relies on the Elizabethton Police Department to protect the Milligan campus.
We are divided up into 3 zones. We have one officer that is assigned what would be considered Zone 3, which would be the location where Milligan College is located. Approximate time for that officer would be less than a minute. The second officer would be approximately about the same time. We have a 7-mile radius that we cover in Elizabethton, and during school hours at Milligan, you could have 22 city officers in that vicinity within 10 minutes.
Greg Workman, Elizabethton Chief of Police, says that his department has everything they would need to respond to an active shooter situation and can call on neighboring departments for anything they cannot handle. Elizabethton Police also has a team devoted specifically to active shooter situations. They have training once each month and host drills at local schools at least once per year. I also asked Workman what he thought about Milligan's plan.
You never know how good a plan is until you put it into action. It's good to, like I said, have a scenario. Whether it's once a year, once it's every 2 years, whatever they're comfortable with, to see how that plan works.
Nipper told me there's not been any training with students and faculty about what to do in an active shooter situation, but there may be in the future. Following my interview, Nipper sent out an email to the Milligan campus about what to do in a shooting situation. I also asked about how Milligan's weapons policy plays into preventing a shooting. He told me that the weapons policy relies on people reporting suspicious activity to campus security. Although campus security is a major part of the mass shooting problem, the emotional health of those who commit these acts has also been brought up as an issue. In a New York Times article that followed the shootings last month in Oregon, a criminologist who studies active shootings, James Allen Fox, said that shooters are not necessarily mentally ill. Quote, "They're depressed. They're not out of touch with reality. They don't hear voices. They don't think the people they're shooting are gophers. They do not fit in. Their most comfortable companion is themselves. They tend to be people in social isolation with a lack of support systems to help them through hard times and give them a reality check. They have a history of frustration. They see themselves as good guys mistreated by others." I talked with Rebecca Sapp, director of Milligan's Counseling Center, about this article.
We're dependent on people walking in our door, and that person usually doesn't walk through the door that's being described there. So really the bigger way that we as a campus can handle that is by others recognizing that that person is socially isolated. Just to reach out and to ask somebody, hi, how are you? How are you doing? You know, I noticed you're sitting by yourself. Would you like to join us for lunch? I mean, they're very simple social etiquettes that could make a difference.
The Counseling Center on campus is available for a wide variety of needs and not just depression. Services are free to students and faculty. They are open Monday and Wednesday 9 until 2 and Thursday 9 until 5. SAP plans on having longer hours next semester. Make sure you call ahead at 423-461-8500. This is Caleb Perhne reporting for Stampede TV.
Just as a recap, remember to sign up for Rave Alerts at getrave.com and report anything suspicious to campus security at 423-461-8734.
Thanks, Caleb, for that informative report.